Hello and welcome to this Monday Postcast. I'm Maddie Plough and I'm joined by Lewis Porteous in the studio, and we've also got Tom Siegel and Paddy Power on the line as well. We're going to take a look back at the weekend as per usual, but first we're going to look ahead to a wonderful trials day at Cheltenham. The 5-day declarations are out, and we're going to talk about the Cotswold Chase first off. Paddy, do you have any betting on this?
On the Cotswold, yeah, we were looking at there because obviously Whisper's not running, isn't he, sir? Or sure he isn't, rather. So it means Bristol de Mai is going to be very short. We had the two of them priced up at like 6-4, 13-8 between them before. I'm just going to flick, see if we got it back up now. I think we do. No, we're just waiting for it to go back up. And you're going to be looking at somewhere just on the right side of evens, I'd say, for Bristol de Mai. So it's going to be probably 11-10, 5-4, I would have thought, but clear favourite, definitely.
Okay, who's likely to be next in the market? American's going to run, isn't he? And maybe Coney Gree as well?
Yeah, I think American and Coney Gree will be the next couple in line, and there won't be a huge amount between the T for 2 and the Last Samurai as well. Because when you're looking at this earlier, like even if Whisper was going to run, you're kind of going, okay, you know, ran badly in the King George, Bristol de Mai ran badly in the King George, like T for 2 ran well in the King George, but runs terrible at Cheltenham. Coney Gree flopped in the Hennessy, American flopped in the Hennessy, so you're kind of going Japers. Wouldn't be the easiest race to get excited about. So yeah, I think Bristol de Mai, you got to give him a chance. Presuming the weather means the ground is very testing. I think he's got a couple of runs at Cheltenham where he's ran okay. So on the very heavy ground, he's going to be the one that's going to be very, very difficult to beat. American, you have to really kind of forgive the Hennessy run, I think, to give him a chance. But I think Bristol de Mai is the most solid of a not a very solid bunch. Yeah,
there's probably going to be quite a bit of forgiving involved, as you said. I'm quite interested to see if the Last Samurai runs. Lewis, what's your thoughts on the Cotswold Chase at this stage?
I'd sort of echo what Paddy said. Definitely not a vintage renewal by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's right for an upset, I must admit. I couldn't go in off Bristol de Mai after the King George run. It's definitely a lot better horse at Haydock, that soft ground when he gets into rhythm and just sort of destroys them. He's run twice at Cheltenham, beaten the JLT, no disgrace, and then the Gold Cup last year didn't really show. There's just too many negatives about him to take a short price. I mean, the one who did catch my eye, and he's top weight in the Doncaster race as well, but if I own Definitely Red, I'd definitely have a crack at this race. The one thing is he's consistent, which some of these other horses aren't. He always turns up, he'll love the ground, and if they're ever going to win a race like this will be it. So I'd love to see them have a go. And like you say, I wouldn't rule the Last Samurai out either, but I'd definitely be against Bristol de Mai. I just think there's too many question marks at the moment, Maddie, about him.
Yeah, I agree. I think Definitely Red. The owners or the trainers have said that they don't think he likes Cheltenham, but it's a great race to give it a go, isn't it? So be interesting to see if he does line up. Tom, what's your thoughts on the Cotswold Chase?
I think the boys have summed it up perfectly. There's just too many ifs and buts about everything. I'm a bit of an American fan still. I'd like to give him one more try. I think there was reasons why he didn't run so well at Newbury in the Hennessy. I think you like the guy said, Bristol de Mai is clearly the best horse in the race, but does he like Cheltenham? We don't really know. I think he's okay there. I think the ground will suit him, and look, he's probably likely to win, but he ran sort of like we were all expecting, I thought, at Kempton in the King George. It was only okay. I don't think that's his track. So, I mean, look, he's most likely to win, isn't he? But if I was looking at something against him, it would be American at this stage. But I think it's a race where we'll end up with 3 or 4 runners myself. I can't see. I mean, there's only 10 now. The Last Samurai is interesting. Does he really like, if it's heavy ground? I don't think he'd like that much. Right about T for 2 at Cheltenham. I think they're trying him out there again in case the Gold Cup comes for the Gold Cup. Definitely Red. I gather he's probably going for Doncaster. If he came like the boys said, I'd be interested in him. But I think the most likely alternative is American, because I know he jumps well and he'll love the ground.
Yeah, and he is still relatively unexposed. What do you think happened in that Ladbrokes Trophy? Because everything was in his favour, wasn't it? I know it was his first run of the season, but that's how they thought he would run best.
Yeah, he just never got in a rhythm. The ground wasn't soft enough for him. He definitely needs soft ground. It wasn't too bad at Newbury that day. It was officially good soft, probably a little bit softer than that. He just never got into a rhythm. Let's not forget, he was 5-1 to win the race.
Yeah.
He was really strongly fancied. It just was one of those. You watch. All you have to do is watch these chase races every Saturday, don't you? And you sort of watch Milan's Bar the other day. And if you just get out of rhythm early on, then you've got no chance from an early go. So I'd throw that out the window. I think he can bounce back. I think a small field, soft ground Cheltenham suit him. If he runs, I think, when you watched him win the Uttoxeter race last year and the Warwick race, people were talking Gold Cups and stuff about him. One bad run and everyone's forgotten him. Amazingly, one bad run and our Duke is still favourite for the Grade 1 at Leopardstown over in next month, aren't they? So people are forgetting about him and sort of not giving American another chance. I'd give him another chance.
Okay, you'll give another chance to American. We've got lots of cracking action at Cheltenham as well. We've got the Triumph Trial, of course, Apple Shakira. I think she's likely to go for that. And then we've got the Cleve Hurdle, of course, which could be very interesting. Paddy, have you got any any betting on any of those races just yet?
Not just yet, and even I guess the juvenile race in particular, I can see it must have reopened it because there's still no runners through. But Apple Shakira is probably going to line up there. It's interesting to see her run because obviously looks one of the banker materials. I'm just thinking of whether we should be getting stuck into Apple Shakira anti-post. Realistically, in the Triumph for her, even with a good thing, you're probably going to be getting her in around 2-1 on the day, aren't you? So it might be worth waiting till Cheltenham, but looks very, very good. And like some of the other races though are really interesting. If we're presuming like a lot of these horses run, like so there's in the second race there, the novices handicap chase. I was having a look at that, and I thought Barney Dwan is a horse to be keeping an eye on. I thought Frank Hickey favourite from last year at the festival, but that's one to be keeping an eye on. Might be probably on a decent enough mark to get into some of the novice handicap chase at the festival anyway. So might be just having a look in this one. And in that same race, not another muddle, is one that's really interesting. Gary Moore's horse is not penalised for its win the last day, and looks like that could be quite well handicapped as the form has worked out pretty well.
Shush! Don't tell everyone about not another muddle.
Okay, fine.
Supposed to be keeping that one back for Saturday.
Okay, grand. Okay, fine. So
he's a really good horse. He is. He jumps really well. He's really well handicapped. I love him in that race. I think Ballyandy's a chance too. I know they've been keeping Ballyandy back for that race, but I think that might actually be the race of the day, that time form novices handicap chase. I think there's loads in there that will be featuring at the festival come March.
Yeah, and the novice hurdle as well could be brilliant if they turn up, like that. There's a few in there, like probably, the likes of Tick and Bar, Black Op, and Santini who didn't run on Saturday. Like that could be a cracking race. You get
Claimant taking Forgans in there as well. That could be a belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Lewis, any particular horse catch your eye at Cheltenham in the weekend who's entered?
I'd say that the Cleve is a little bit like the Cotswold Chase. Not looking at vintage, but I like to see Beer Goggles run again. I just think it's one of the great stories. A smaller stable taking on the big boys. Beer Goggles against Finian's Oscar. That'll be a good spectacle. But I think Clayman taking Forgan in the Grade 2 novice hurdle, he's really impressed me, and I think he could sort of solid up his supreme claims in that race.
Would you worry about the ground for him? I know they dodged Haydock because it was, as we expect from Haydock,
I would.
Heavy.
I think it's weird that he's entered, actually. It's 2.5 miles, let's not forget.
Yeah.
If he's a supreme candidate, running him in the Ballymore over 2.5 miles on soft ground doesn't seem like it's... to me, that strikes me as though Nicky Henderson's thinking of running him in the Ballymore. Why would you run him in the Ballymore trial if you're going to run him in the Supreme? Seems a nutty one to me. But
and he's also got on the blind side and horses like that for the Ballymore, so it is a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
My guess is he won't run. My guess is that's not. There's somewhere else. Maybe he's entered. I haven't looked. Maybe he's entered somewhere else. Maybe he's entered at Doncaster. I don't know. But it seems a weird one for him to be sort of second favourite for the Supreme. And I'm actually looking at the Supreme today for the paper tomorrow. And the quote coming through is that Clayman Taken Forgan is our Supreme. Our most likely Supreme horse. So to see him entered in this race, a bit surprised to me, I have to admit.
Yeah. Okay, Tom, any horse in particular catch your eye other than Not Another Muddle that we've already sort of mentioned?
I love that. I love Finian's Oscar. I'm a massive Finian's Oscar fan. I think he's got so much ability. I'm very interested to see him over 3 miles. I'm very interested to see him back over hurdles. Until this week, I was really worried about him because of the form of the Colin Tizard. I don't think they had one winner since whenever. But the Dutchman was brilliant. And then fourth act yesterday at Fontwell was good as well. So maybe I shouldn't be worried about him on that score. I thought that's an interesting race, but it won't be easy because he's stepping up in trip, and he's got Holston in there, who's a real strong stare. He's got Agripart in there, who'll love the ground. I think he'll like stepping up in trip. And as Lewis said, Beer Goggles, who was really impressive at Newbury, and is an Irish horse maybe coming over expatriate. Lammy Surge is in there, but I understand he's going to Doncaster. Yeah,
we'll mention him just a bit later on because he's actually really well handicapped if he goes back chasing. I'm going to offer the free bet up now. Obviously, every week we give our listeners and viewers the chance to win a £25 or €25 free bet, courtesy of our sponsors, Paddy Power. All you have to do is answer answer the upcoming question using the hashtag Postcast for your chance to win the bet. Today's question is, how many times has the new one won the champion hurdle trial at Haydock Park? The winner will be revealed in Friday's tipping Postcast.